Alright guys, so Apex Legends players are upset again. What's new? Apex players seem to be always upset, but I feel like this time it's a different kind of upset because only one side of the community is upset. Like, not everyone together is upset, just one section of the Apex community is really upset with Respawn. I'm saying upset way too much right now. So let me try to just kind of summarize what's taking place right now. Basically, Respawn made a very big announcement yesterday and basically said that tap strafing, which you could basically only do if you're on mouse and keyboard, this movement, tap strafing, will be removed in an upcoming patch for Apex, right? So of course the mouse and keyboard community is really upset. Everyone is saying that Respawn is trying to make this skill gap smaller and smaller by the day, and controller players seem to be very happy because of course they can really do it like how mouse and keyboard players would do it, right? It was a lot more easier and effective on mouse and keyboard. So this has led to so much conversations around Respawn and Apex, and basically people are upset once again about this game. So before I give you guys my full opinion and my views on Respawn removing such a very important piece of movement on mouse and keyboard, today is the 1st of September, which marks the beginning of Suicide Awareness Month, and Respawn also released a badge for every single Apex player. It's free and it's a Suicide Awareness badge. All you basically have to do is just log into the game and you will get this free badge to show support to suicide victims or those who are struggling right now with mental health issues, right? So to all you guys out there who watch my videos and who deal with like mental health on a day-to-day basis, maybe you have family members who deal with mental health as well, I see you, I support you, and all I could say right now is that it will get better very soon. And this community here, my community here on YouTube as well, supports you as well. So I know I don't really talk too much about my background and stuff in these videos because all you guys know me as is the Apex YouTuber who has an accent, but maybe one day I'll give you guys more of an in-depth look, you know, at me and my background and stuff, but we'll see. You'll see. Alright, so back to Apex and back to the removal of tap strafing in this game. So Respawn made this tweet very randomly, like no one was expecting Respawn to make this tweet so suddenly. But I want to read this tweet for you guys real quick because it kind of explains why Respawn decided to make this change in the first place, right? So Respawn said this over on Twitter yesterday. After much consideration and debate, we've decided to remove tap strafing from Apex in patch 1. No, that's 10.1 in patch 10.1. Our reasoning: it's inaccessible, lacks readability or counterplay, and is exacerbated by movement abilities. The next patch notes will include a more detailed note about this. So this tweet got 30,000 likes on Twitter and almost 12,000 replies. And as you could expect, right? People were upset. People were very upset about Respawn making this change. People like Timmy, Shiv, Noko, everyone basically gave their 2 cents about the situation, right? And we have two sides. We have the controller side and we also have the mouse and keyboard side, right? Now, as someone who just switched to mouse and keyboard because I was on controller for my entire life on console, I switched to mouse and keyboard like 2 months ago. I have a very unique perspective on this because I was somebody who kind of, you know, got destroyed by mouse and keyboard players when I was on controller because you can obviously do so much more. You have a lot more freedom on mouse and keyboard. So my whole view on this is real simple, right? First of all, I'm not sure how I feel about this change. No, I can't even tap strafe. I never wanted to tap strafe. I never needed to actually tap strafe because if I actually see someone tap strafe in game, most times I kill them because they're just trying to be fancy and like show off and stuff. So it's kind of easy to kill somebody who's like playing like, you know, that in Apex. So to me personally, tap strafing was never really a big issue. It was just a skill that mouse and keyboard players could do because they played on mouse and keyboard, right? So I'm not sure how I feel about Respawn removing this simply because controller players can't do it. Like mouse and keyboard players, for example, could move while looting, right? And most controller players can't. So if Respawn is following this exact same thinking, will they eventually make it so that you can't move and loot on mouse and keyboard? You see what I'm saying? I feel like if you want to invest in PC and play on mouse and keyboard, then you will have advantages. You are going to have advantages by default because of the platform you're playing on, right? No, on the other side of things, controller players also do have advantages when playing Apex. Close range engagements, guys, for example, using a shotgun, using a SMG, like when you're hip firing and stuff, it's a lot more easy to be accurate on controller. So I feel like no matter if you play on mouse and keyboard, no matter if you play on controller, if you play on, I don't know, Wii, I don't care what you play on, guys. whatever you play on right now, there's going to be some advantages and some disadvantages to each platform, and that's just a fact. So although I understand why mouse and keyboard players will be upset, and I also understand why controller players would be happy, I'm not sure why Respawn really even needed to make this change, because I feel like most controller players didn't care about tap strafing. Like, I didn't see many controller players complain about tap strafing being OP or being too obnoxious on mouse and keyboard. I feel like everybody just kind of understood that if you played on mouse and keyboard, you will have some benefits, and as I said before, if you play on controller, you would have some benefits too. So I'm not sure why Respawn made this change. I'm not mad, I'm not upset. I mean, I can even tap strafe to begin with, so this doesn't affect me whatsoever. I'm just not sure why Respawn wanted to make this change. My only idea as to why Respawn did this was to protect casual players. Once again, I've made so many videos talking about like how Respawn prioritizes casual players in this game, because they do. And not just Respawn, you know, every single game out right now, every single multiplayer game, battle royale game, every game prioritizes casual players, because the majority of the player base usually makes up casual players. And of course, the majority of the player base in Apex makes up controller casual players too. So it does make sense why Respawn would want to make decisions in their best interest, but I feel like this was kind of unfair to mouse and keyboard players in Apex. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Respawn making this change? Are you excited? Are you sad? Are you kind of disappointed in Respawn? What are your thoughts on Respawn removing tap strafing in Apex on mouse and keyboard? Leave your thoughts down below. As always, I want to see what you guys think, and you know, have some respectful conversations below, because I know I have controller players who watch my videos. I also have mouse and keyboard players who watch my videos, and guys, this argument will never end. There's always going to be an argument between controller players and mouse and keyboard players forever, even after I'm dead. So it doesn't even make sense arguing. Just kind of give your opinions, be respectful of each other's opinions, and move on. As I said, I believe that Respawn didn't really need to make this change. To me, it wasn't a big issue affecting Apex. No one really cared about tap strafing, I think. But that's just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down below. Hit that sub button if you're new, drop a like as well, and I'll see you guys in some more Apex. Till next time.
Need to recharge my shields. Reloading. Another enemy down. Need to recharge my shields. Enemy here. Hurling it on top of it. Enemy down. It's your lucky day. I got you.